This creamy Tuscan sausage pasta is the dish I turn to every time for pure, unapologetic comfort. That savory, rich Italian sausage, velvety cream sauce that clings to every noodle, it's perfect. It tastes like it came from a fancy Italian restaurant, but I promise it's super easy to make, and I think it's about to become one of your favorites. Hi, I'm Angie. Welcome back to Dinner and a Side. The magic of this Tuscan-style pasta is all in the simple but high-quality ingredients. The two most important are the Italian sausage and the pasta. So let's talk about that for a minute. You'll want about half a pound of ground Italian sausage for this recipe, and we're just gonna roll it into small balls. I'm using a mild sausage today because I want those rich, savory herbs like fennel and garlic to shine through. For the pasta, I picked penne. I just love how those thick ridged tubes grab the sauce. Every nook and cranny gets filled with creamy goodness. Any short pasta will work just as well, but do try and get a better quality than just the cheapest pasta you can get at the store. There is a flavor and texture difference. Okay, let's get cooking. Grab a large pot and fill it with water. We're gonna bring it to a rolling boil on the stove. Then we're gonna add some salt. You want your pasta water to be as salty as the sea. This is your one chance to season your pasta from the inside out, and it matters. Once it's boiling, drop your pasta and cook it until it's just al dente, meaning it still has a slight bite. We've got about 8 to 10 minutes while the pasta cooks back there, so it's a great time to get the sausage on. I'm gonna heat a large skillet or Dutch oven over medium-high heat and add just a little bit of oil. Then I'm gonna add the meatballs that I made earlier. We don't wanna just cook it through. We wanna get some real color on them. Let it get brown and a little crispy around the edges. That browning creates layers of deep, savory flavor. You can roll them around in the pan a little to make sure all sides get cooked. Once it's ready, use a slotted spoon to move the meatballs to a plate. Leave all that rendered fat in the pan, don't wipe it clean. All those brown bits are pure flavor, and that's gonna be the foundation for our sauce. Drop in a tablespoon of butter and then toss in the mushrooms. We'll let those cook over medium heat for a few minutes. Okay, our pasta is ready, but before we drain it, there's one important thing that we need to do. We've got to save some of the starchy pasta water. This is going to be our secret weapon for perfecting the sauce later. Now you can drain the water and set the pasta aside for a few minutes. Now that the mushrooms are a little bit cooked down, we're gonna add the garlic. Just push it around in the pan for about 30 seconds. We don't want it to burn, so keep an eye on it. Now add in the sun-dried tomatoes, chicken broth, red pepper flakes, thyme, oregano, and cream. The sun-dried tomatoes I'm using are from a can. They're oil packed, so I drained them and I chopped them a little bit before adding them to the sauce. You can use dried ones also, just make sure you hydrate them in some warm water for a while first. As the liquid heats up, use your spatula to scrape off all those brown bits from the bottom. That's where the sausage flavor is hiding. Let the broth simmer until it reduces by about half. No need for a rapid boil, just a few lazy bubbles. Let's talk about cheese for a minute while this is simmering away. When we're talking about high quality ingredients, cheese is going to be at the top of that list. It's pretty important to use freshly grated Parmesan that you grate yourself from a block. The pre-shredded stuff has additives that don't allow it to be nice and smooth in a sauce. Grating it yourself is always the best way to go. If you're worried about the cost, a block of Parmesan can seem expensive, but you're definitely going to get your money's worth. Per ounce, it's half the price of pre-shredded cheese. Now you can see that the sauce has thickened up, so it's time for the cheese. This is important. Turn off the heat. This will keep your sauce from getting grainy. Slowly stir in your freshly grated Parmesan until it's all melted and the sauce is perfectly smooth and velvety. All right, we are in the home stretch now. We just need to add back in the sausage, cute little meatballs, and a few handfuls of baby spinach. So it may look like way too much in the beginning, but trust the process. Just stir it gently into the sauce, and in a minute or two, it'll wilt down into these lovely green ribbons. Now let's get the pasta in there and we can toss everything together gently. Make sure that every single piece of pasta is coated in that incredible sauce. This is where that reserved pasta water comes in. If the sauce seems a little too thick, just drizzle in a splash of pasta water and stir. The starch in the water is going to help our sauce be super creamy and cling well to that pasta. So let's give it one more taste. See if we need to add some salt and a little cracked black pepper. I mean, why not, right? We'll give it one last stir. That creamy sauce clinging to all those noodles. Well, there you go. A big, gorgeous pan of the coziest, comforting, creamy Tuscan sausage pasta. This dish is more than just dinner. It's like a warm hug. The savory sausage, the creamy sauce, and the tang of the sun-dried tomatoes, it just all goes so well together. If you give this a try, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to see how it turns out. If you enjoyed this recipe and want to see more pastas like it, be sure to watch our pasta series, linked right here for you.